recording.
Okay, this in my hand, from where I'm at to the sidewalk, 3 feet out from the tie, is how far the puncture vine has gone, spread to. Not that tie over there, from the old tie.
And how far does it go back in? How far does it go back in here?
Oh, it goes all the way to the fence.
All the way to the.
Fence. Why are you shaking? Did you stand on something's shirt? Oh, I lied. You gotta have good eyesight. If a normal person was looking down here, you see all this other vegetation. But you have a difference here. You got to be able to see what you see now. Even though it's kind of got a purple stem, purplish orange stem, like the rest of these stems here, purplish orange. This is called pigweed. This here is called pigweed. It's also a ground cover. It can go up to 6 feet tall. The trunks can be as big as your thumb or bigger.
So we have, so far we've got 3 kinds. Weeding that, yes. Tell me, it gets tangled in the line, I bet, doesn't it?
I had some that was 6 feet tall. The stalk was as big as my thumb. You had to use the high grade weed eater string or the blade to cut them, and then dig the root out. And that was a chore. I took 4 truckloads of pigweed, stacked. Let's say I got a 7-foot bed, stacked 6 to 8 feet tall in my wood rack, out of that place to the dump. And that was a pain in the butt. Paid well, but pain in the butt.
How much is it to dispose of stuff like this?
Depending on the dump, some dumps are $11 to dump it. They go by tonnage. Some go by truckload. Just depends. I charge $15 an hour to come in here, weed it, take it to the dump. That pays for my dump fee.
Do you get, does that count for gas in the truck and oil and maintenance?
That counts for everything. $15 an hour counts for everything. I did a lot cheaper 4 or 5 years ago and kind of got buried on it. So now it's $15 an hour for anything and everything I do in your yard is $15 an hour. That includes hauling, trash, gas, whole ball of wax. It's worth it. You get a quality job done.
Do you have insurance, Mark?
I do.
Do you have health insurance?
Yes. I'm licensed with the state of Idaho. I pay taxes. All that good stuff. Got to pay a percentage to the bank. All that good stuff. I have work 3. Okay, now this is a button vine. Okay, button vine is just like a puncture vine. It has little buttons on it. That's why it's called button vine.
Yeah, but that doesn't have any stickies on it, right?
No stickies on this. But this button vine will also make it spread. Like, if you look, this is a button vine here. This is a button vine here. Button vine is a ground cover. Some people love it. Others don't. Because why? It chokes out your grass. Do the same thing with your puncture vine. You bunch up all the vines are coming off of it. So you can see the root down there. You just take down at the base of the root and just slowly pull.
That's on moist ground.
That's on moist ground. If you do this on dry ground,
it's going to snap off the root wherever it's dry.
Yeah, it's going to snap off here. That means your button vine is going to come back within a week to 2 weeks. You get down here, you got more like 6 months. But whereas we are saturating the ground right now because we seeded through seed out here to choke these out, in the long run, I'm going to still have to come out here and pull out the button vines. But hopefully the grass will choke them out. Because if you get enough grass seed out here, it'll choke out the button vine and allow the grass to grow.
Is it faster if you put on some of that spray on grass? What's been your experience with that spray on grass? I can't remember what they call it.
That just came out this year or late last year. I've seen it sprayed on the ground. In a way, I think it's okay, but
Does it overseed? Are you getting what you pay for?
Oh, you're getting what you paid for, definitely. You are definitely knocking out the middleman. Nice of you to kneel on this puncture vine. You are knocking out the middleman, as to say your middleman might be your husband or your boyfriend or whatever, and he's going to come out here and say, "Oh, well, I seeded the lawn, honey," and he's just out here. It's almost like having the indoor-outdoor carpet that the golfers use, or some people down in Arizona use, because of the water shortage down there. They put the indoor-outdoor green, that way it doesn't fade. You don't ever have to water it. You don't ever have to mow it. But once you spray this green stuff on here, once it does get down into the ground and start taking root, you will have to mow it. I kind of like the indoor-outdoor myself because I'm not lazy, but if I'm out
You don't have time to mow your grass.
yeah, if I'm out working for somebody else, I don't have time to mow my own lawn. So the indoor-outdoor works for me because I can always come home and I can have a green lawn. It's easy to walk on. It doesn't hurt your feet. But we're, here in Idaho, you have, well, you don't really have plenty of water, but sometimes for a person like me on the go that's always working for somebody else, that's the way to go for me, is to have that kind of lawn. Right now, I don't have that lawn because I rent from somebody. But when I don't wear gloves. For me, pulling weeds, I have to pull weeds without gloves.
So you're really in touch with the earth.
Correct. That way I can actually feel the vine, feel the root, and get the root out of the ground. Now, the hazards of that is you end up getting hangnails on your fingers, which you can either pull off with your teeth, like I do, makes it a lot longer, or you can take a pair of clippers and you can clip that sucker off, that piece of skin. Your hands
Is that
all...
the finger you smashed?
No, that's on it, huh? Now your hands will look like this, dirty, well worked. You're going to have calluses in every parts of your fingers. They're going to be dirty. As soon as you wash them, now, this is a clean hand, except for this finger and this finger. This is a clean hand. I washed it this morning. But because I work hand and ground, this is what my hand looks like. They do swell up on you. What the heck is that? Oh. They'll swell up sometimes on my left hand when I can put my hand that much. That's how much weeding I've been pulling. So I have to take at least a week off, 2-3 days off, so my hand will stop being so fat. But me, I love pulling weeds. Why? I can destruct, pull them out of the ground. I can be happy with the knowledge that your lawn is weed free, your gardens are free. I did these spaces over here, and they can be weed free. They were 3-4 foot tall. The lady wants to put evergreens in there. I seen some the other day for 23 bucks. It's not really an evergreen. It's an evergreen plant, but it's more like a ground cover. Only gets 1.5 feet off the ground. I just got to talk to her just yet. I think I got some seed over there in that bed over there, because that's green grass over there. But I'm a landscaper. Landscaping to me means pulling weeds, mowing lawns, edging sidewalks, trimming trees, anything and everything that it takes for your lawn to grow and look beautiful. That's what I do. I enjoy working outside. I enjoy making you happy that you can have your grandkids come out here and run around in the backyard.
Barefoot.
It's barefoot on a green grass lawn. Something that their neighbors go by and say, "Man, look at that yard." That's what I do. I enjoy it. And I hope you do too. Okay.